maybe you know what a zombie is.
When you keep voting party line, this is what happens to you.
It's worse than horrible because a zombie has no will of his own.
You have subways that are falling apart. You have cops that are being accosted in the street because of that socialist you elected as your mayor.
You see them sometimes, walking around blindly with dead eyes, following orders.
When are you New Yorkers going to start holding those people responsible for what they do?
Not knowing what they do, not caring.
You mean like Democrats?
I'm going to deal with topics and issues that'll make you think, make you mad, and maybe even get you a little embarrassed. So don't go anywhere. The lines are open. You can reach me at 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563.
It's the Joe Messina Show.
Welcome back to another session of Sanity right here on the Joe Messina Show. Always a pleasure to have you with me. Oh, there you go. That would help, wouldn't it? Okay. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution. You know the mantra. You've heard it before, right? Or am I on drugs? The first time you heard it? First time you heard the show then? Yeah. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. Like I say, 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. 5563. Engage. Get with it. Engage. That's the way we win. Get informed. All right. Talked about this a little earlier, but I think it's hilarious. Democrat Senator Patty Murray, she's outraged. How dare you reopen the government? It's just amazing. So instead of forcing Republicans to surrender like they usually do, Democrats ended up isolated, frustrated, responsible for one of the most unnecessary shutdowns of recent memory, really. Trump and the Senate Republicans, they held firm, prioritizing fiscal discipline and common sense. You know, you don't see it happen too often. That's why we're all excited. Seriously. So the Trump and Senate Republicans held firm. They prioritized fiscal discipline, common sense. Now, throughout the shutdown, Democrats tried to frame the dispute as a fight over health care. Right? In truth, they were demanding billions of dollars in new spending to expand government control, protect wasteful programs. You know, they have driven up the cost for working families while funding health care for illegals. Now, Republicans countered by proposing a clean funding bill that restored government operations without giving it to those excessive demands. Democrats refused to compromise, leaving federal workers, taxpayers caught in the middle. The new funding agreement, ultimately passed, restores full pay to federal employees, keeps essential programs running, right, and reins in unnecessary spending. This is one thing that Democrats have never been willing to do. Not even look at, because everything now is an entitlement. I mean, everything. And it's wrong. You guys know it's wrong at the core. Trump's insistence on fiscal restraint and accountability forced Democrats back to the negotiating table. Now, Murray's outrage followed the reopening reveals how disconnected her party's become to the Americans. And you had 10, and everybody's going to say, yeah, but those 10 aren't running for re-election, and they aren't this, and they aren't that. Okay, maybe they're not. Maybe this was no big deal because they're not running again. I'm not buying it, though. It's still a big deal. Because if it's truly a principle of theirs, even though they're not running for re-election, to set their party up, right, showing that it was okay, that they were going to go down this road of standing by their principles, they really cared about the American people, and all of a sudden they didn't anymore. Amazing, isn't it? And some of these guys had an out. Now they can say, look, I broke with party because I'm not one of those party guys where I only do what the party says. I did the right thing for the American people. Most citizens want the government reopened. They want spending reduced. That's what they voted for. They want accountability restored. They want no more of these partisan fights over this garbage. Binary spending spree left the nation with record deficits. Democrats attempted to continue that approach during a shutdown. It only deepened the frustration. Republicans truly demonstrated that leadership means making tough decisions, even under pressure, by reopening the government without caving to the far left. Right? You can be responsible. You can hold it. The one guy that should just really frost your backside is Rand Paul. He was holding out because this was all wrong and this money was wrong here and this money was wrong there. And then all of a sudden he says what? Well, I wanted the hemp language changed. Really? That was it? Anyhow, any way you look at it, it's a win for the Trump administration. It's a turning point for the conservative portion of the Republican Party. Notice I said conservative portion. They're not all there. Right? Because they held to fiscal sanity, for lack of a better term, right? Democrats were going to use the shutdown to score political points. And Senator Durbin, he was the one that really put it out there as what the reality was and how Schumer was trying to play this. I don't know if they're fighting with each other or what. Not a clue. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Get involved. Get engaged. Be part of the solution. All right, what else we got? Oh, this is a good one. With all the fighting and the nasties that went down over there at the UC Berkeley, the DOJ they're launching a full investigation into the UC Berkeley after the university failed to protect the conservative kids at the TPUS. It's about time. The U.S. Department of Justice Civil Rights Division, they officially launched a full-scale investigation in the University of California, Berkeley, after the school's failure to protect conservative students and guests that were attending a Turning Point USA event. Now, my question would be, why don't we start having these juries that are half and half? Why don't we make sure half are conservative, half are liberal? What do you think? Because a full liberal jury is not a jury of somebody's peers. We'll be back in a minute. Don't go far. A lot more coming up after the break.
Take as little as 3 minutes to see if you could save on motorcycle insurance with Progressive. Come on, you've spent more time than that trying to name your bike.
How about the Crusher? I guess it's not really crushing anything. The Silver Bolt? No. Oh, what about Pepper? Mysterious. Is it a pet or a condiment? Surprise! It's a motorcycle. No, that's stupid.
Get a quote in as little as 3 minutes at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
I'd like to introduce you to our new sponsor, Get the Tea. Get the Tea carries all natural, non-GMO organic teas and supplements made in the USA. Get the Tea's ingredients are the purest available. My favorite is Life Change Tea. Life Change Tea is a gentle daily cleanse containing 12 herbs that when combined really keep things moving. I drink it every day and my energy has never been better. I'm feeling great. Life Change Tea comes in 3 delicious flavors, natural, peppermint, and pomegranate. It's an easy and delicious way to keep your digestion on track. And for those on the go, try D365. D365 is Life Change Tea in a capsule. Drink the tea or take D365 capsules and keep your digestion running smoothly. Go to getthetea.com and enter discount code USA to get 10% off any size order. That's getthetea.com, discount code USA for 10% off your order.
When I started MyPillow, it was just a problem solution, one product company. Well, since then, with the help of my dedicated employees, we now have hundreds of products, some you might not even know about. To get the word out, we're having a $25 extravaganza. 2-pack multi-use MyPillows, $25. MyPillow sandals, $25. And for the first time ever, our 6-pack towel sets, you guessed it, just $25. Our brand new 4-pack dish towels, $25. And I've never done this before. Premium My Pillows with all new GAZA fabric, any size, any loft level, even king size for only $25. And there's so much more.
So go to mypillow.com or call 800-923-1812 and use promo code AUDIO1 to get the standard MyPillow for only $14.88, the lowest price ever.
Okay, I'm talking funny because I'm in the witness protection program. I have too much credit card debt and I don't want people to find me.
Okay, I'm just kidding. We're going to talk about credit card debt. Right, those plastic things that we all have in our wallet. Are you in your 50s or 60s and you're still carrying around a mound of credit card debt? Wouldn't it be nice to start banking that money and save a little money for retirement down the road? We help people restructure their credit card debt all the time. We show people how they can get out of credit card debt in months, not years. Listen, you'll be carrying around credit card debt for the rest of your life unless you deal with it right now. We offer a free consultation so you can learn how you can finally wipe out your credit card debt and start saving money. Give us a free call right now.
Call Debt Solutions Network now. 866-451-3328. 866-451-3328. That's 866-451-3328.
If you're a diabetic, we have great news. You can end the painful finger sticks with a new CGM. Plus, they may be covered by Medicare, Medicaid, or private insurance. If you test and inject daily, you may qualify. Call US Med now to learn more.
800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. That's 800-471-7065.
Attention. This is a public notice from the Social Security Disability Helpline. If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. If you suffer from physical or mental disability, whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. We'll evaluate your situation and deal with Social Security on your behalf. Best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. Remember, we only get paid if you win your case. There are many reasons and conditions that may make you eligible for disability benefits. Many of them you may not be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call now to get started with your free, no-obligation consultation.
800-362-9337. 800-362-9337. That's 800-362-9337.
I married your mother because I wanted children. Imagine my disappointment when you arrived.
We are back. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Get involved. Get engaged. Be part of the solution. It's the way we win. It's the way we, come on. It's the way we make things happen, right? Otherwise, what? Otherwise, you know what? If you're not getting informed and you're just spewing out there, I say this all the time. I know you guys are going out of your mind with it, but you know better than they are. They just put out what they want you to believe is truth. Doesn't mean it's true. It just means that they want you to believe it's true. It drives me out of my mind, as you can tell. It just makes me nuts. But let's bring in somebody who's a lot smarter than I am in these areas. Karen Siegemund joins us, as she does pretty much every other week. I love having her on with me and sharing with us. And Karen, thanks for being with me.
Always great, Joe. Thanks for having me. I love being.
We've got, I don't know, I was like shaking the barrels and looking down deep. I couldn't seem to find anything to talk about because there's not much happening in the news, right?
It's
God.
such a boring time. I wish something would happen.
Well, you know, we had mutual friend, a great guy, and David Horowitz. And he called himself the Red Diaper Baby. And one of his things he loved to talk about was how he fought for freedom of speech. Now you're not going to believe this. You're going to think it's a lie. You're going to think I'm making it up. At Berkeley, UC Berkeley. And he had to fight for it from or against the conservatives, according to him. And now look what's happening.
There was a time when the left embraced free speech. Imagine that. Imagine that.
Oh, yeah. And they were willing to fight for it. They were willing to do real protests around it. Not the violent things that you've seen take place over the last few days. And now I find out that, Harmeet Dillon has sent them a letter and said, okay, we've had it with you guys. You did not protect the free speech rights of these young people, not just the TPUSA, but these young people. So they're in full investigation mode into UC Berkeley. And that, in a letter sent Tuesday, Assistant Attorney General Harmeet Dillon notified UC President James B. Milliken and the UC Board of Regents, don't you love it, that the DOJ is investigating the university handling the incident and potential violations of federal civil rights. So
it's about time, Joe. I mean, do you remember, I guess it's, I don't think it's 10 years ago, but 6 or 7 years ago, Ben Shapiro spoke at Berkeley. There was rioting. That's when Andy Ngo was hit in the head with something that was concrete or I think it was a concrete balloon with concrete or something. He was in the hospital with a massive concussion. And this shutting down of free speech on campuses, both with violence like that and other times, Heather McDonald spoke at Claremont McKenna, and there was rioting, and they had her speak in an empty room because they had to keep everybody out. It's utter madness. UCLA, we've seen this all over and this is all pre-COVID lunacy. So it's been going on for a long, long time. And we know people at UCLA, if they can have a leftist speaker and the university embraces it, they have a right-wing speaker and the university freaks out and everybody freaks out, and then they demand tens of thousands of dollars be spent by the college Republicans or TPUSA on security that they don't have to do when it's leftist because we're not the violent ones. And so thank God for Harmeet Dillon and the Trump administration for cracking down on what's been a problem for so long. Good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her. And really, again, to my original point, thank God, and it's about time. And by the way, when we have our conferences and events, Joe, as you know, when we have speakers, we had Geert Wilders, who we're going to have in January, by the way. When we have Steve Bannon, and we did a conference on the war on children, where we were speaking out against the mutilation, we get violent threats. The venues get violent threats. We're just, it's completely topsy-turvy. And so they don't want us, the venues don't want us, because we draw the violent lunatics. We're not the violent lunatics. We're the peace, love, freedom for all people, and why can't we just get along? And the left levels violent threats against us and requires us to wind up paying between $10,000 and $20,000 in security.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't know how to get along. I like that one. I firmly believe that. They do not know how to get along. All they know is that, look, the hate that they have for us, or anything that we want to do or have to do with, is truly an evil that's driving them to do things. I don't know anybody, maybe you do, but I don't know anybody in our party or from a conservative standpoint that would act like this, that could do these kind of things.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't hang with them.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And it's not that we do all want, as you said, they can't get along. They're so not interested in getting along. Revolution, violence, those those are their means to the end. And
Right.
because there's no, these quaint phrases, marketplace of ideas. There's no such thing. It's not we campaign and you campaign and let the best ideas win and let the people decide and vote and make your voice heard, blah, 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 blah. All that is complete garbage because they have utterly hijacked every means of disseminating information, or they try to, right? You've got your show, You're Fighting Back, Real America's Voice, various platforms, and Charlie Kirk, to cite a massive organization, trying to set the record straight on all these things, which is, your entire thesis. But they have hijacked absolutely everything.
Yes.
And we saw this after Charlie Kirk's assassination, when people would say he's a racist, he's a this, he's a that, or he's the other thing. It's every single one of those criticisms was a flat-out untruth.
Yeah.
And if anybody said it, it's either because they're ignorant or deliberately repeating what is a lie. Because if you took 3 seconds, you would discover he never said any of those things that he was claimed to have said.
Yep.
So this deliberate inverting of the truth and inverting of morality, that is their currency, Joe. And ours is the opposite of that. We believe in the free marketplace of ideas. We have the right ideas. Our ideas.
We got to go for a quick break. You can finish this up on the other side. I know, right? Just when you get rolling. Joe Messina, your host. Don't go far. A lot more with Kieran Sigmund when we return.
Attention homeowners. It's not if something's going to break, it's when. That's home ownership. If your dryer, your refrigerator, or your AC and heating breaks, that's an expensive call. And who do you call? Make it easy on yourself and call Choice Home Warranty. We've already done the research and have access to 25,000 technicians that can be at your home quickly. We've covered close to 2 million homes in the United States. There's a good chance your neighbors work with us. Call us right now before the next breakdown. We'll tell you everything that's covered in your home and give you the first month free with our ironclad 30-day money-back guarantee. Call now and learn how to get your free month.
800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. That's 800-378-2250.
Limitations and exclusions apply. First month free with purchase of single plan. Visit choicehomewarranty.com for more details.
Life is full of surprises. Some wonderful, some not so much. But here's one thing you can control. Making sure your loved ones are protected if the unexpected happens. At easyplans.com, we make getting life insurance, well, easy. In just a few minutes, you can apply online and buy direct. No awkward phone calls, no confusing jargon, and no agent will contact you unless you request help. Just clear, affordable coverage, designed to fit your life and your budget. Fast approval, flexible plans, and unlike other online insurance sites, Easy Plans won't sell your information to others. So no endless phone calls and text messages. Whether you're just starting a family, buying a home, or thinking ahead, EasyPlans.com has you covered. EasyPlans.com. We make buying life insurance, well, easy.
News Update, I'm John Schaefer. The government shutdown is now in its fourth week, hitting millions of Americans. On Saturday, food assistance funding will run out for more than 40 million people. Flight delays are also rising, with more than 1,000 reported today as air traffic control faces staffing shortages. The Senate failed to pass a short-term spending bill for the 13th time. A new report shows strong private sector job growth over the past 4 weeks. ADP says preliminary data indicates an average of more than 14,000 jobs added per week through October 11th, a big improvement from September. Due to the government shutdown, ADP will now release 4-week employment averages every Tuesday. Hurricane Melissa is pounding Jamaica, marking one of the strongest landfalls on record in the Atlantic. The storm is bringing life-threatening flooding, heavy rainfall, and landslides across the western part of the island.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PHIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code PHIL25.
Gentlemen, Ciccolini here may talk like an idiot and look like an idiot, but don't let that fool you. He really is an idiot.
It's astounding. Time is fleeting. Madness takes its toll. But listen closely.
Not for very much longer.
I've got to keep control.
We are back. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5560. Let me bring it back on. Dr. Karen Siegemund joins me. She does pretty much every other week. Always appreciate her insight as to what's happening out there and how much fun we're having. And Karen, thanks for being with me.
My pleasure, Joe.
I'm having fun. I don't know about the rest of you guys. Oh, God bless. You know what? You can throw something at me if you want to, but I forgot what we were saying.
Oh, well, we were about to pivot, I believe, to New York, weren't we?
I was good. Okay. Thank you. So, I was talking to my dad, like I said, the first hour, who is a veteran, and asking him, how he saw things happening. Was this really what he fought for, that going down that road? I don't know if you heard today, but the Chicago Mayor, Brandon Johnson, he asked the United Nations to intervene and stop ICE. You can't make this stuff up. This is a U.S. mayor begging foreign bureaucrats to come into our country and stop our law enforcement people from enforcing the law. And then what do? We go ahead and, well, not we, I shouldn't say we, but they elect a communist in New York City. I don't know what's going on here. I don't, the education system obviously failed these kids miserably, the ones that voted, but they really don't know what this country's about, do they?
Well, I was going to say exactly that. This is absolute evidence of a failure of our education system and of what I had said before. Every vehicle of conveying information, the media, television, all of it has taken on an anti-American agenda. And this is exactly the result of that. And to all of that, I would add, I remember this happened about 10 years ago. It might have even been a little bit longer. Here in LA, they did the play of Anne Frank, right? This is the classic Holocaust story against the not hiding Jews against the Nazis that were literally rounding them up and gassing them and murdering them to the tune of over 6 million of citizens, by the way, who were under genocidal attack because they were Jews. So the play moved all of us. We all read this. We all knew the story. We all knew about the evil Nazis. We all knew that. We all knew the story. But about 10 years ago in LA, it was the first time I'd heard that it was being reframed. It was an illegal family being protected by good Americans being against ICE raids. And so this is that utter moral inversion that got people to see what's bad as good and what's good as bad. There's no comparison between this. If they're illegal by definition, that's a problem. Anne Frank was not illegal. They were I mean, on every level. This is so perverse. It is beyond perverse. But if you grew up on the story of Anne Frank, you're going to have one perception of lawfulness, of right and wrong, of courage, of integrity, of sacrifice, and you're going to have a completely different view if you grow up believing the inverted story. And that's what we have done. It's not just the education system, Joe. It's all of it. It's the air that we breathe has reframed everything. That's why there are these apps of where are the ice raids next. And the total inversion, and I've been saying this from the beginning, if you cast Trump as Hitler, even though it makes no sense whatsoever, if you cast Trump as Hitler, then you yourself are mandated in some way to stand up to everything that he does. Because if we had been around in the 30s, we like to imagine that we would have stood up to Hitler. Well, guess what, guys? Now's your chance, because Trump is Hitler and ICE are the Stasi and the SS. And so this is our opportunity to be the courageous good guys in the face of Nazi evil. And it's such a horror, Joe. I find this such a horror. And you see the righteousness. I remember this right in AOC when she first came on the scene. You could tell she had been groomed so perfectly for this role. She took on this activist mantle where she's the good guy against the evil Republicans. And everything that's been in the air and in the water has done nothing more than feed exactly that sense. And that's who we're among. People moms who really are sacrificing everything. They really believe they're sacrificing everything to protect the Mexicans from evil ICE because Trump is Hitler. And they will do it. And they believe in this mission. And I've been saying this, and you and I have talked about this. They believe much more strongly in their mission than many on our side in ours. And this is the real horror for me right now. They are more committed because Trump is Hitler than we are committed to fighting against the actual fascists and the actual totalitarians and the actual dictators and the actual foes of all that we have. We talk the talk, we don't walk the walk, but Joe, they do.
Oh, yeah. Right or wrong, you show them that they're wrong, you show them the science is wrong. Right. It doesn't matter. Right. Once they lock onto that cause, they'll die with that. And they don't care, whether they don't really care whether it's real or not. They just care that it's their cause and they're going to go for it. It's just amazing.
And you're right. It's their cause. And it's so interesting, too, because one of the things that the left has been so good at is excising God from everything and excising purpose from everything and excising religion and dogma and that there is something bigger than us. And they've also excised challenges and rising to challenges, right? Because it might harm one's self-esteem. They've broken up our communities, our families, our societies, everything. They've broken all of that up. But what remains in the human spirit is still that desire for purpose, still that desire for community, still that need to be part of something bigger than ourselves. And all of this that we're talking about right now, and Mom Dami tapped into it, is that desire. It's still there. But it can't be to God anymore. It can't be to Judeo-Christian values anymore. It can't be to church anymore. It can't be to family anymore. But it can be to the representative of goodness and fairness, which is which is what communism wraps itself in.
Yep.
And so the human need is there, but they're denying the response to it that has led people to good and replaced it instead with that thing that's leading people to evil.
Well, I
And
think
it's really-
Dennis Prager did a great explanation years ago about how they've turned us into a bunch of dependents. And we want to be comfortable. We want to be secure. We want, Social Security was part of that, so that Americans would never suffer like they did through the Great Depression again. Give them a cushion, what have you. And Dennis said, but that was okay in the simplicity of it. But now what we have is we've got a whole generation and 2 generations that are sitting there saying, me, take care of me. You need to put food on my table. You need to take care of my kids. And he's right. He's 100% right.
100% right. And just by the way, Starbucks, I'm not a huge fan of Starbucks, but they unionized. And we all, what happens when you unionize, plus when you unionize in places like California, which are insane minimum wage laws, they're going on strike. I don't know if you heard this, but I just read this last night. Some Starbucks are going on strike. Their union is going on strike. You know how much baristas make an hour, Joe?
Oh, it's got to be over $20 an hour.
$30 an hour.
Hold on.
30.
We got to go for a break, and I'm not going to talk to you during the break because I'm going to fill an application for Starbucks. We'll be back in a few minutes, people. Don't go far. Well, it's more money I'm making. We'll be back in a minute. Don't go far. You're listening to the Joe Messini Show.
Right now, you can eliminate odors, mold, mildew, bacteria, and viruses in your home with the Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier. The Eden Pure Thunderstorm uses oxy technology that naturally sends out O3 molecules that seek out and destroy odors. The Thunderstorm doesn't mask or cover up bad smells, it eliminates them, leaving that fresh, clean smell, just like after a thunderstorm. The Thunderstorm is small, plugs right into the wall, and fits in the palm of your hand. Put one in your basement, bedroom, family room, kitchen, or anywhere you want clean, fresh air. It even includes a USB cord for your car or truck. Right now, save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. That's 3 units for under $200, a fraction of the cost compared to other air purifiers. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use discount code USA3 to save $200. That's EdenPureDeals.com. Use USA and the number 3. Shipping is free.
Attention timeshare owners. Tired of the financial stress? Were you misled by the salesperson? Don't or can't use your timeshare anymore? If any of these apply to you, then you may qualify for timeshare cancellation and get the relief you need now. Timeshare Defense Attorneys is the #1 affordable fixed fee legal solution in the country with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. That's certainly better than my grades. They even offer a 100% client satisfaction guarantee. Let one of their experienced lawyers evaluate your case and explain the process. If they take you as a client, they'll work on your case until it's resolved in your favor, guaranteed. Expect great service and a close working relationship with your lawyer, keeping you informed every step of the way, protecting your rights, interests, and even your credit. It's that simple. Even a kid like me could understand it. The consultation is free. Call today.
800-875-1853. 800-875-1853. That's 800-875-1853.
Omaha Steaks is rewriting the book on burgers with an all-new handmade texture for the juiciest home-style burgers you've ever tasted. Their pure ground burgers are made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks. These are truly steaks on a bun. Filet mignon, ribeye, New York strip, sirloin, and even brisket burgers. Now is the time to experience the exclusive Burger Perfection Flight for just $79.99. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo promo code TREAT at checkout to get an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping. You'll get 4 of each Pure Ground burger, so you can sample all the steak on a bun greatness. These burgers are crafted for a juicier, more tender experience, making your mouth water with every single bite. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code TREAT at checkout and get $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
Do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call. Because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at crazy low prices. They have access to great prices and discounts at over 500 different airlines. Plus 300,000 hotels and rental car companies. Their prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find the best price for you. Call SmartFares today and get ready to see the world with a fat wallet.
800-871-3291. 800-871-3291. 800-871-3291. That's 800-871-3291.
I've got a unique vacation idea for you that's right here in the United States. If you're ready for a vacation that's fun and downright affordable, listen up. It's driving distance for many of you, so no planes, no airline delays, no hassles. It's Branson, Missouri, the entertainment capital of the Midwest. Live music for everyone. Branson has 3 beautiful, enormous lakes, water attractions, live shows, great food, and tons of entertainment. It's a perfect vacation for you and your family, or if you're retired and you want to have a great time. And you can stay in Branson for as low as $99 a night. Please understand, this is not a timeshare offer. It's a real vacation for as little as $99 a night. We've got a free vacation guide we want to send you right now. All you have to do is call for complete details. Get your free Branson, Missouri guide right now by calling this number.
800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. That's 800-399-4215.
Can't you see what I'm trying to tell you? I love you. Why don't you marry me?
Why, marry you?
You take me and I'll take a vacation. I'll need a vacation if we're going to get married.
We are back at it again. Hopefully you're still here with us. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5568. I need to say this more often. But listen, head over to MyPillow.com. Yes, Mike Lindell is not only still around, but he's still giving out great deals. Use promo code Joe. You'll save anywhere from 30 to 70% on his products. Pillows, pillowcases, sheets. Look, I've got his sheets. We've got his pillows. We have the pillowcases. I had... What are they? Slippers. I had bedroom slippers until I was stupid enough to wear them out in the rain, and then they didn't quite last long. And none of his, everything we got from him, we loved and we enjoyed. I know many of you have too. Use promo code Joe. Holidays are just around the corner. Don't wait until the 23rd of December. You know, some of you have relatives coming over for Thanksgiving. It's the first time you've seen them in years. It's kind of that thing where you only see them every couple of years. You thinking about getting them a gift? Do it now. Get ready now. Get ready for it now. Okay, that's promo code Joe, mypillow.com, mypillow.com. Karen Sigmund joins me. She does from time to time. Always appreciate her time and insight into these things. And Karen, thanks for being with me.
Great to be with you, Joe. Always fun.
Come on, come on, admit it. There's only 16 listeners. You won't get in trouble. Do you have a MyPillow pillow?
I don't actually, but I'm very impressed that you are that you have a promo code with them. So I think I may actually go down that path, Joe.
Well, let me tell you something. I'm one of those guys that has that hothead thing going on, right? Because my brain's working all night, but my head gets very hot. And I don't know what he puts in those things. I don't really care. But I will tell you, the pillow I had before, it was comfortable. But this one, it just keeps my head cool. It makes it easier to sleep and what have you. But and I'm not just saying it. I won't carry a product. I won't hawk anything for anyone if I'm, if it doesn't work. Ridiculous. So it was fun.
No,
yeah.
That's testimonial, Joe. I think I'm going to, and Christmas is coming up, as you say, the holidays. So no time like the present.
And you got a dog? They have doggy beds too. I didn't know this. I don't go look at the site. I just say, well, we got slippers and I want this and I want that. But then you go look at the site and I'm going, my God, you get something for the dog, the cat. I mean, come on.
Wow.
Whatever. But
I have thought you really ought to have travel pillows, those weird,
oh yeah, huh?
Things that say My Pillow on them, because that way it's advertising and you're supporting him, because I think Lindell needs support. So I would definitely get a Lindell travel pillow for sure.
They only peg him with being that right-wing Trump whacktoid and all that other fun stuff. But I gotta tell you something. People don't know that he has donated, shored up, financed so many conservative projects with the money that he was making, and that alone is enough, in my mind anyway, to support him, support his cause, support his company. And seriously, and I think we need to start supporting each other, because I don't think we do it enough, frankly.
So true. It's so true.
It is so funny. I know I'm going way off of things here, but you're smart enough. You're much smarter than I am, so you should follow easily. But you look at the different groups, and Italians, Irish. There are certain groups that support each other to no end, right? And you see it. I'm surprised. I got a lot of black friends. I went to a majority black church for years, and the pastor used to scream about the fact that we don't support each other. And I thought that was really interesting. And then he went further with it with the Christian community. We don't support each other. And then I'm watching it bleed over into the Christian community. We don't support each other. It's just amazing to me. All right, I'm just venting, but it's just amazing.
No, you're right. We don't. We certainly do not. And it doesn't take much. How does it go? The red ants in a jar and black ants in a jar, and nobody cares until somebody shakes it, and then they're after each other.
Yes.
We're so easily distracted, and it's so easy for them to just ping something in and watch us go after each other.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And we cannot help ourselves.
Well, you brought up AOC earlier. And somebody sent me some notes on her, and it said, according to a new study, Representative Alexandria AOC has been rated as one of the least effective members of Congress. Her legislation has received no action in committees, no floor votes, and none of them ever became law. Right? So let's pray that she continues on that legacy of failure all the way through her time there in Congress.
Yeah. Well, that's really interesting, because at the same time, so there's a couple metrics of success. One of them is what you just cited, legislation passed, and she's a 0 on that. But on advancing the narrative and the discussion and the talking points, and just generally how people feel about a thing, I think she's been one of the more effective.
Oh, no question. I couldn't argue with you on that one. Yeah. But
right? So
yeah.
So which matters more, and which will get her the more important seats, which will get her moving up the hierarchy more quickly. Is it effectiveness in terms of legislation passed, or is it effectiveness in terms of rhetoric and narrative? And I don't know the answer to that. I don't know what Nancy Pelosi ever did in terms of advancing legislation, but she is a leader, like it or not. She's an effective leader.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And master at the rhetoric, and a master at getting people on her side for a thing. I have no idea, though. That's such an interesting point. If how she was with legislation, I have no idea.
You know, if you think about it, Maxine Waters, 3 bills. That's all she's ever put forward. 3 bills in the 40 some odd years she's been there, and one of them was a rename. Ready for this? One of them was to rename a post office. Of the 3 bills.
Yeah. And yet, her people loved her, and yet she got chairmanships of all kinds of things. And yet, when she said things like, "We need to attack Trump supporters," right?
Yeah.
We need to make them uncomfortable in restaurants. We need to go after them. Everybody continued to love her, and we threw one opposition candidate at her after another, and she just kept winning. So I don't know. I don't know what the measure of success is. What did Obama ever actually do? You know, he was a state senator, didn't finish that term, became a senator from Illinois, didn't finish that term, so never actually accomplished a single thing. So this is so interesting because it's not actual accomplishment as much as rhetorical power.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's the sizzle.
I think that's what it. But I think that's what it is for them. I think it's more maintaining power, maintaining control, if you would, than it is upholding the Constitution. They like the power they have. They like what they're able to do and not able to do. I mean, again, I said it to you once before. I know you can't make it happen, but they should have a clause in our Constitution that says, look, you cannot take office unless you can, pass a simple Constitution test. I guarantee you that over 70% of the people that are in it right now, they couldn't. There's no way they could pass it.
Well, when we've had these conversations about they should be able to pass this thing and that thing and the citizenship thing, the argument that's always been advanced against that is that's where the voters should be discerning. Instead of having this mandatory thing that they have to pass, it's the voters who should be deciding if this person passes that or doesn't pass that. But this is, again, where they've been so successful, is the voters, you suggest such a thing, and they would look blankly because all they know about the Constitution is that who cares? It's a living document written by guys who had slaves way long ago, and it really shouldn't matter at all anymore. And so we've not only made it so that the candidates can't pass any basic constitutional knowledge test, but the very idea that the Constitution is relevant is risible. People just laugh at the idea.
Well, I got a good one for you, and we're running out of time, but the largest school district in Alaska puts out a warning on the Declaration of Independence. And it says, we do not subscribe to the content in this article, in this document. Think about that one. Check it out online. All right, how do people find you quickly?
AmericanFreedomAlliance.org. We're on Getter, X, Instagram. We're booming on Instagram, YouTube, Rumble, all over the place. Find us. AmericanFreedomAlliance.org.
All right. And listen, Karen, thanks for being with me. I appreciate your time with me. I have so much fun when you're on. Thank you.
Me too, Joe. Thank you so much.
Yep. Joe Bassini, your host. God bless, guys. Have a great rest of the day. Don't do anything stupid because I want you back here. You know the drill with me tomorrow.